Welcome back. The public is notified that in keeping with changes in international oil prices and the government's application of the modified market pass-through petroleum pricing mechanism, the retail price of LPG 20, 22 and 100-pound cylinders has changed. The retail price of gasoline, diesel and kerosene remains unchanged. The price changes took effect from today, Monday, the 23rd of August. Gasoline remains unchanged at $13.95 per gallon. Kerosene remains unchanged at $10.06 per gallon. Diesel remains unchanged at $13.95 per gallon. The 20-pound cylinder decreased from $31.65 to $31.59. The 22-pound cylinder decreased from $34.81 to $34.75. The 100-pound cylinder decreased from $219.79 to $219.26. The public is informed that the next adjustment of the retail price of fuel products will be on Monday, the 13th of September 2021. One bar owner is reacting to the news that should be to the new curfew times introduced by the government of St. Lucia. Pamela Seraphin explains what she appreciates is that they are not being shut down. More in this report.
On August 19, the government of St. Lucia announced a slew of changes to the current COVID-19 protocols, which were to take effect on Friday, August 20th until August 31st. Given that the curfew time was changed, that would automatically affect the operating hour of businesses. A person with a valid liquor license that offers sale or disposes of intoxicating liquor only shall operate from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on a Monday to Thursday, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sundays. One bar owner, Pamela Seraphin, says as the country continues to battle with the virus, bar owners have been handed the short end of the stick in the past. She says this time, however, she is satisfied that the sector has not been shut completely.
Well, the new protocol, I like the way it is, because before, bar closed, but now we're getting from 9 to weekend is from 9 to 6, and during the week is 9 to 8 to 9 to 9, I don't know, but I closing before that, right? But I find it good because the former prime minister that was there put everything closed down and not making a little money, but now I can satisfy a little money I make it so that I can pay my little bill, you understand me, my girl? And what I'm advising St. Lucian to do, they have to follow the protocol. Wear their mask, use the sanitizer, because I'm doing it there. And anybody come inside, I must tell them, showing them they have to sanitize their hand and wear their mask. You don't have the mask, you're not coming inside there.
The previous administration had implemented a grab-and-go policy for bar owners. Seraphin explained that this is still a practice that she tries to adhere to. However, patrons don't always follow the rules.
I'm doing it, but some people, they're staying outside, they're going outside and drink, they're drunk, but some of them staying inside. But as I always telling them, is distance, okay? But sometimes when you talk to them, they doesn't listen. They get vexed. Sometimes you come, they tell you, go and sanitize your hand. They say, I do that already. I do it there, I do it, I do it. Every time they don't want to do it, but you have to, right? And that is it, my girl, because I'm doing it with my barricades. I'm protecting myself. I have to protect myself first. And I protect myself, because that's one they are going down there. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy at all.
She has urged members of the public to adhere to the protocols, as continued disobedience to the COVID-19 protocols will only lend itself to stricter protocol being imposed on the public. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
While the business community and individuals are being urged to protect themselves from robbers, given the recent surge in the number of robberies being reported, the cop who cares, Siobhan Matthew, is of the belief that stiffer penalties should be meted out to perpetrators of such crimes.
Robbery is a serious crime with far-reaching consequences for the victims and their families and also their friends. Because victims encounter robbers face-to-face or in close proximity, robbery victims, they often feel total and immediate loss of control when a weapon is involved. They feel a sense of helplessness, and the fear of death can be very strong, which can lead to both short-term and long-term crisis reactions.
Acting Inspector of Police attached to the Grosley Police Station and Corporal Cares Siobhan Matthew says business places need to ensure that their employees are not setting them up. Amid the recent spike in the number of robberies being seen, the law enforcement officer is urging business owners to ensure they are flexible with the manner in which they guard their businesses.
It's of the belief that some of those robberies stem from the inside. And what I like to tell the business owners, do you trust the persons you employ to work for you at your business place? Do you do background checks on those individuals to see, what they've been up to, where they come from? Do you ask those persons to bring in police records? Now, I'm not saying that if someone brings a police record and it's clean, that means that person has never committed any other offense or has not been arrested before, because you only get a police record when you get a conviction. So there's a need for proper background checks on persons who are being employed. All right, be careful what some of the things you do or you say amongst your subordinate staff. All right, and just be very careful, be vigilant, and ensure that we put measures in place as business owners to help us to lessen the loss during a robbery. Have a cash control system, clear your cash at certain points of the day.
Matthew explained that more collaboration needs to take place to ensure that thieves know they will not get away with their crimes. He says there is a need for more measures to be implemented on an individual and policy-making level.
More stringent punishments should be given to offenders. I believe that these punishments will act as a deterrent and create fear in the mind of culprit. I believe there should be a review of the bail and sentencing guidelines as it relates to robberies. Okay, there is a need for more CCTV cameras, especially in the city and the towns. I believe a panic button would work wonders in St. Lucia. And more human resources, more officers on the road will equal more patrols. More patrols will equal more visibility. And more visibility in the town, more police officers, that would deter those criminals. Also, we have to be proactive, alright? And well-targeted programs should be created. If the goal is to reduce robberies, then program selection should be located in the hotspot. Let's find out what is the cause of these young individuals coming to do those robberies.
The Corporal Cares had this advice for individuals and business owners.
Robbers only want one thing, it's either your money or your property, and they want it quickly. Robberies are risky business and robbers are usually nervous. You don't want a delay in any way during the robbery. You need to be alert. And also you need to remain calm. During a robbery, it's always important to remain calm. It may seem slightly unreasonable to expect someone to remain calm in a robbery situation, but bringing undue attention to yourself or the situation could cause a panic and endanger lives. You need to cooperate. Again, as I said, robbers are only interested in your money or your property. They seldom hurt people who are willing to cooperate. And always remain observant. The best defense is being observant. Try to gather as much information as you can as possible. Be systematic in your observations. Take note of the disguise used. Try to discreetly observe the robber's hands or anything about the robber that you could remember to assist the police in the investigation.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
What more should be done to improve sports in St. Lucia? The CEO of Blackheart Football Productions, David Christopher, says a vested interest needs to be shown by both corporate St. Lucia and the government of the country. He says the wider community needs to help build and groom sportsmen and women in St. Lucia, as this sector has the potential to take the country to new heights.
Sports Administrator and CEO of Blackheart Football Production, David Shakes Christopher, says it is high time that the amount being invested into youth and sports in St. Lucia changes. Christopher says from observation, it appears that the Ministry of Youth and Sports is one of the areas which receives the least monies during the national budget. Christopher explained that a body is needed to ensure the proper delegation of funds to the various associations on island.
We have sports association, but we need a national sports commission whereby monies could be put into that commission from the business houses, corporate St. Lucia, to assist Jamaica of that. And so Jamaica sports is bubbling because they have a sports commission. It's too much time we have to run behind the National Lottery, everybody running behind Windward and Leeward Brewery, everybody running behind Blue Waters, everybody running behind St. Lucia Distillers, one set of people. We need to see a lot of people getting involved. All these businesses that making money off of the youths. SNS need to get involved and pump some money into the sports. We need to see the Syrian business owners get involved, pump some money into sports, because that's what's going to happen, because the government can't do it by themselves, and I'm glad you raised that question.
According to Christopher, St. Lucia is pregnant with sporting talent. Therefore, he would like to see more of it actually being developed so these athletes can make it on an international scene. He says many youth, when they leave the school system, are sucked up by the places which they get employed and most times neglect their passion for sports. He says the business community needs to play a part in ensuring that the talent in St. Lucia does not get lost or go to waste.
Hotel industry, we need to see the hotel industry that is consuming all the youth's time to be putting something back into sports for the youths, because I lose all my boxers. Let me tell you a story. We worked through the school program and developed boxers. For the past couple of years, we lost over 65 boxers, because when they leave the school program, they're looking for employment. And the only way to get most of the employment is in the hotel industry. When you get into the hotel industry, it takes all your time. You lost your athletes, they can't come out, they don't get time to train, they consume most of the youths. So they need to put something in place where the youths could benefit. And I think the only way they could benefit is by giving back sandals. Have to put something back into sports commission.
He says sports commissions all over the world are very successful, and he sees no reason why St. Lucia would not have a lucrative commission.
Sports could take care of the youth and sport organization, the athletes who are doing special training, the associations. We just need to get probably a retired judge or somebody with credible reputation to head that, and then you come with the right proposal, looking for your funding, and money is there, because we can't be going after National Lottery, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the same said. We need a sports commission, and this is the only thing that could help our sports. It's happening for Trinidad, it's happening for Guyana, it's happening for Jamaica, who's winning all the medals. Why it can't happen for St. Lucia? We need to work with what's working for us, because this is the only way we can develop champion athletes.
Apart from marketing a city as an attractive destination for amateur and professional sports events, a sports commission can advertise and promote sports events, help sports event sponsors and other groups to find athletic facilities, accommodations and businesses, and offer training programs to amateur athletes competing in local, regional, national and/or international competitions. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzaga.
Stay with us, there's more news after the break.